show all the crap we've done over your life. So,
Woo!
here's the last point I'm terrible at writing author bios. I saw that an entire bio. I'm suddenly impressed with like artist statements after that point. I tried to come up with a theme for all this, and this is sort of what I settled on. Last year I was doing, or the year before, doing a very silly project where I was, I'll talk about later, but taking pictures of all the clown show GOP presidential candidates a year and a half ago. They would do a lot of photo ops with guns to show how tough they are. And I'd replace them with a dildo. Photoshop, and a friend took me aside and said, like, I'll tell you. So I thought about it. And then I like realized like everything, like doing a lot of stupid stuff on the side and pretty much everything great was because I started stupid stuff out. So, for their team today, that's it. So slide over. This would be an alternate title. Side project. This is the most 1992 photo I can find of me. I'm wearing a band shirt with flannel and this hair. So I started in school. I kind of wanted to be a graphic design major. That's one thing I loved in high school. Live. I was going to community college at the time. My dream was like go to the art center. Graphic design. 1992. That's like $100,000 a year. And it's also brutal. Like 8 hours studio work a night for 4 years. So I started at community college. This was a random Google search for art teaching online. Slagging art teacher. I took like all these intro classes to painting and like drawing and stuff. And I just had terrible professors. It was kind of this like 2 years of stuff I could find where you get to stuff I really wanted to do. And it like discouraged me so much and hated it. Terrible feedback, over critiquing or under critiquing. Like either everything I did was wonderful, I got no feedback, or garbage, which is a better way to go. But it sort of jaded me. And so I was good at science and math, and biology, so I sort of went that way. I ended up this UC Riverside in Southern California, and finished the degree. Let's see, like a month before I graduated with a bachelor's in environmental science, apprenticeship with the lab, and it's like June of 1995, and I'm blown away. They're just showing me all this nutty stuff, like kid college pages and whatever, people's favorite sports teams and Players top 10 lists the night before, and I was all blown away that like this is like free publishing for everybody. I was just like blown away by it. It was maybe 2 weeks before my graduation. And I guess, I just got way into it that summer. I started grad school right after, doing polar science stuff, doing more research in the same department. But like, there's something about the web, and it was like all that art major stuff I started with, I loved, and like, the technical aspects were also fun. And it was, an image search for what science and art looks like. This is my actual first home page in 1995. I was sort of stoked on it. So yeah, like grad school was pretty intense. I'm in a lab measuring copper levels and soil samples 16 hours a day, but whatever free time I had was just playing on the lab. Built like the apartment site for my apartment. It paid me thousands of dollars. I keep doing it, and then like I get a master's in 1997. Still doing web stuff. I had a job for 2 months being out of college. That's it. I was just looking for jobs in environmental science, and at an engineering firm, all I had to do was environmental impact reports for cell phone poles. And we had a lot of fake tree poles like this, and I'd have to write this document about 10 feet by 10 feet of gravel bottom, like ground that it's touching. About how like it's not that bad for the environment. It was mostly a training chip. I was just like making copies and like sending folders to cities. Like it was a dreadful job. I hated it. And then I was like, this is awful. This is god awful. Shit to do terrible work. And I'm still doing web stuff on the side. So I was like, this is this is how 1997 was. I opened an LA Times newspaper and went to the help one section and just found like technical jobs. And that was like a job listing at UCLA, and I went and be there, and it was great. One thing, I just given up like 7 years of college spent on science. But like when I walked into the interview, I went to this like computer lab and it's like computer group disciplines, social sciences at UCLA. I just knew like in my like gut that this is where I belonged. Even if I didn't get the job, I was going to go for another job like it. So all these dorks like running cable through walls and like building coursework, websites and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, this is where I'll blossom. So I did that. Luckily, I got that job. No experience, which was awesome. But I didn't know anyone in LA for the first 6 months. It was great because I just worked like 12-hour days. Nothing else to do. Just did lots and lots of stuff. This is a great thing in my life. There's a video of Don't Let Yourself Get Bored. I think it's 1998 because I'm still proud of this cool design. I did a bunch of hiking in California, like climbing Shasta. I was in like a movie class at UCLA. It was UCLA. You can see movies like months before they come out. And just building a site for everything. I was like sold a car on the site. A message I would give you is take luck when you get it. I had this awesome boss. We're like sitting on the bandwidth of the entire school. So we just had like disgusting, crazy like gigabit bandwidth in 1998. We had Wi-Fi. Like, it was nuts. We were playing with all the new tech. And the director was like, if Bob's the bandwidth, you're all free to like run a home computer on your desk as long as it's not commercial. Like, do anything you want. There's half the people working for like server admins, so they knew how to do that. So it's like I was running a personal sites and just build sites basically great. And so that was great. I was doing work like building websites for like departments and stuff. Sort of like a service organization for economics, sociology, history, all political science. I was getting kind of bored. They were just like handcrafting a template or one page, working in a big system that was ugly when you got out of my page. So I wanted to learn how to program, so it was like the next thing. Like, I was getting challenged enough to work, so I learned the programming language and then started MetaFilter in 1999. And so like 98, 99, there's like maybe 20, 30 blogs on the web. And I start one, and there's no software for it, so everyone kind of writes their stuff. So I wrote it all in the databases. So if you make one page, you make 10,000. You have one person posting, you get 10,000. So I was the first guy to make like a community site out of it, just because I don't know. I thought 4 or 5 people would do it. And then comments is sort of invented comments. I mean, there wasn't really a thing as comments. So I just sort of was like, yeah, maybe it was 4 or 5 people want to talk to each other after they post something. This is what it looks like now. Then, I wanted to figure out, show something that was indicative of what's on that filter. And I was just looking at late last night, it was a perfect post. This is good, this hits all my buttons. This is like a abandoned theme park, which is like awesome photographs in Japan, but it's Canada World, and there's a reason why. This amazing history that goes with it, and this is like the perfect. A lot of medical posts are just like interesting on the surface, and there's always this like, oh, did you know, like underneath. So Anne of the Green Gables book was like the first children's book, like translated into Japanese after World War II. It's like the only kid book with like the concept of an orphan. There wasn't really a concept of orphans in Japan. You just had extended family, so some of the parents died, cousins or something. But post World War II, Hiroshima, we've got bombs, so there's lots of orphans. So we're going to go on down to it. Some of them in that theme park based on the setting in the book, which is Prince Edward Island in Canada. It's called Canada World. So I guess people like in their 40s, they would take their kids to Canada World and they loved it. It was in a terrible place and like it got snowy in half the year, so they didn't make money. But that's like a perfect, this is everything. Weird out of the way stuff, but you can do stuff at the same time. Being in like the first 20 or 30 bloggers, got to know everyone personally, which is pretty weird. Just be in the right place at the right time. Lots of things, people really things. So blogging, doing Metafilter. I'm like falling in love with like one of the first apps for it, which was Blogger. I ended up meeting Meg and Ed, who ran it, and luckily, Lucy that hired me. This is what I wrote the company, Blogger was like first, there, so this is the logo. This is what it looks like now. Ed's a cool guy. He's great to work with this guy. He started Twitter, started Medium afterwards. This is me overdoing it. This is I was terrible at UCLA. I would like bring 8 mock-ups to any critique because I was just working all the time. Like, how about this? How about this? How about this? This is like 3 weeks of work for like editing. Hey, when you do homepage for Pyro, it's just overkill. Like I should have not shown 3/4 of this. I probably should have shown 2 options. I mean, and now that I've hired people to do design for me, like I would throw something out that should be. Like, just give me a 2 or 3 strongest options. Don't overdo it. Some more. Oh my God. So, I meet people and they go, "You smile more than this one." Programming. This is like 10 different pieces of the site. I got the cover of a magazine. Really weird. Something in New York in the middle of the night. Wrote some books. So like post blogger, sort of knew everyone early in blogging. People always wanted great after a job at Commons because they were putting together their thing. It was about to launch and a new designer. So helped them with that. Helped launch that. Got to learn lots about copyright law and lawyers at Stanford. Worked with Joe Ito's now at MIT Media Lab. Always lesson president last year. Let's see. I tried to do a photo site for 10 years. In the daily photo, operated for about 3 years. Where I did 20 minutes to spare in Photoshop every night. But it taught me a lot, like how to think about archiving, how to think about long-term projects. Like, when you post something like that, you use a service that they can exist in 10 years. What format should your stuff be in? It made me a better photographer immediately when you're really spending like an hour a day on copy. This other thing, I was just a tech dork, give friends advice all the time. They'd always email me about TiVos. So at one point, I was like, I'm tired of emailing my friends. I'm going to blog about it. So I made a blog just about TiVo Craft and TiVo News, and I only post a couple times a week. It was oddly at the time Google launched their advertising stuff. Blew me away because like first day I made $100 and they've never made any money at all ever. So I was totally stoked. And I wrote out like, hey, this actually works. It's actually kind of amazing. You should like write about the things you're passionate about and make a little money. I came from like the academic world. I'm a big fan of sharing what you learn. So see what other people can do with the same tools you got. The moment I wrote that, there were like 7 blogs about TiVos immediately after. People like, oh, you can make $1,000 on free money by just writing about it. So that was annoying, but like I don't know, I think we're a little better for it. They also launched a bunch of like spam blogs. These people just want to make money. Making money should be a priority. But career change. The PBR blog like was just a minor side project, but it was making like as much as my day job at the time. And then Haughey started carrying advertising, and it was kind of coming up. I just had a kid and just moved here. I was out in the sticks, and goodness, my wife let me quit work and just do that full time. And it was having a newborn and doing that is pretty risky, but it was doing really well, and I'd saved up some money, so and luckily it worked out pretty well. The site had a bunch of weird design decisions. We charged $5 for an account just to like slow it down from people. They didn't want to build Reddit, but they kind of came before it could have been, but I didn't want like millions of people using the site. I wanted like people like the name using the site. So we charged $5 per account. I think it was about 10,000 active people a day now, maybe 60,000 people have done that. It's all human moderated. It's not just like voting up and down. So I know people game those systems, foster people that hate that other stuff. So we just have like partial humans. No images is pretty weird. It just becomes a lot of text. So it's hard to keep these things interesting. Ask Medical Dinner kind of took off. I never thought. I just noticed everyone's pretty smart that's on the site. And whenever people get to ask questions, people have great answers. So it's like, yeah, we should have a Q&A site just to ask smart people questions. These are just weird questions that don't really can't get answered from people. And like lots of advice stuff, lots of life advice, lots of shit and this person who's being terrible. And 90 people telling yes. And be like, this is one from last week that I loved, which was like, what actually are Muppets? Like some of them are, like, some of the dog ones wear pants and some don't. And like, which ones are dogs? And people went deep into this, like 100 people talking about like just blowing their own minds about like, well, this person's in the fairy universe, this person's like, well, this is a monster, monsters, and people are building Muppet imageries. Mythbusters used it on the show with Adam Savage is a big user. I had to look him up in the database. Someone signed up that's acting like Adam Savage. They're saying all this crazy shit about like their divorce and like it was like Jesus. Someone's like had it like cheapest email Adam and be like, hey man, someone decided to say no, it's me. It's like speaking honestly. So I ended up getting to meet him. They used a question on the show. There's another side project. I hired my friend who lived in Corvallis and he would drive up twice a week to work with me, and he just got a Prius and was obsessed with miles per gallon with fuel economy. And so we were like, oh, let's take the medical code and make just like public fuel economy. Like nobody wants to maintain spreadsheets, so like just make it easy, like just enter your last mileage. It looks kind of like this. This is a giveaway's car. And it was this thing. It's a terrible website. It's a terrible idea for a website. You use it like once every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whenever you buy gas, and you never go there otherwise. So it doesn't have like great traffic. It doesn't make a lot of money. After 5 years, it was just I had a lot of data, and suddenly I did a whole bunch of cars I was buy it. There was like people were getting pissed at Hyundai years ago because they're claiming like the cars were 20 miles a gallon. It's in like a lawsuit. They had screenshots of what our Hyundai numbers are, which is I think 32 at the time. It's like the average of fuel and everything. So they're just like everything's public. People trying to be like, hey, can you make this private? I'm like, no, like don't use it. Just use a spreadsheet. So that was fun. Let me see. So I did medical for years and years. I have to build up like some 8 employees or something. Kept going. It's mostly ad support, which is unfortunate. But I don't know. Let's see. Career change, yeah. In 2014 or so, I started to get burned out. It's a lot of when you're human moderating website, which I really, a lot of people fighting. And all you do is like interview people fighting every day for 16 years. So I got kind of burned out on it. And there was a time where a company wanted to buy that filter, but they didn't want to. They wanted to work there. I was like, I can't. Running the thing. And they were like, oh, just hire someone that plays your time and work for us. And I was like, oh, can I do that? It's like good. So I was sitting there miserable and thinking like, what did I actually love? I love this stupid app called Slack as much as I love blogging. And so I knew this whole blogger people started it. So emailed friend Stuart, the CEO, is that they help anywhere. At Slack, I'd love to help on it. I was trying to sales, some sort of software product manager, because I run a company with people and made a software product. But he was like, yeah, you should join us as a writer. And I'd never been paid as a writer before. It's like, that's weird. It's like, blogging for years. So, like, that's what I did. Wanted to do it. It was super creative, super fun. Left the staff in charge of medical visit and did a good job. Bother me once every 3 months or something major, but otherwise, just runs. Write on Slack's blogs. Doesn't sound impressive, but write tweets for Slack. You can spend a day on 140 characters. Style guides, and writing voice guidelines, trying to share all this stuff about how people think Slack is like a quirky sort of voice to it. And it's mostly because there's theater actors that were the first writers for the site, and they're really great at crafting characters and stuff. And so, yeah, to do that, was a big moment. Here's some like recent press that got done Twitter meetings or making up stuff. Here's the dildo stuff. Like, I don't think this changed any minds, so I wasn't even trying to go for anything. I was just trying to make them look as stupid as I think they will. But I think I won in the end, because like after like January 2016, there was just never a gun photo op ever again. Like, I had 1 million Google news alerts for gun photo ops, and like it stopped. So like somewhere like December 2015, I started being press about it. And so I think they got the message that I rewrote Big Lebowski on emoji on Saturday. I thought it was fun. Love emoji. Now I write about emoji in business use by enterprise software companies. Went to the emoji. There was an emoji conference, and then they did emoji karaoke. We would do live emoji to songs in front of crowd, and I won. It's really hard. I've seen every Jason Statham movie ever, and Tommy Holland takes it from someone. Just so you know, that resource right there. My wife's a statistician, and actually plotted it. The longer he waits to punch someone, the better the box on his draw is. So really shitty movies, he just punches someone. So that's a good rule of thumb. Audience, you see a punch thrown early. So that was a good day. It's not working. I've been pranking my coworkers for 2 months. I was just about to announce it on Monday. I'm building a crazy conspiracy wall behind me. I do a video conference because I'm remote. I do video conferences by every day for an hour. For every meeting, I decided before each meeting I would just attach something to my wall behind me slowly. It's taking 3 minutes. Covered my entire wall in newspaper clippings and red yarn, and nobody said anything. So I'm gonna like reveal it to them. Be like, come on, the red yarn you didn't see. I would say the big flip on here is, I mean, I'm not obsessed with these side projects, but I would say family, my work comes first, and then side projects. My free time, I think the only switch with me and other people is just everything else probably comes ahead for a lot of people. I would just say make moving off priority for life. So when I have time, I usually work on something. If I have an idea for a bug, I will work on it. And then try to maintain them and do something with them. You never know where they're going to go. I would say here's my list of every side thing I think of. My wife was a weird meeting, hiking. Got to change careers just because I knew HTML and then apps, and so that could be that job. Build medical and stuff, and books, and companies, and travel. Everyone wants to know, oh, awesome, moving off and making stuff. Most people think, it does not. Doesn't directly. I would say like taking a picture every day for 3 years, maybe a confident photographer, and just do professional photography, as a job instead of hiring a photographer. You never know where the stuff's going to take you. I have a massive network of people I know, and all these goofy things, and different roles that start working. And software people And so you never know. I do things that are fun, and sometimes they pan out. Sometimes they don't. Yeah. Don't let yourself get bored. Be bored at work. I don't know. Do more fun side stuff or create a job. I mean, it's hard. Don't ask a bunch of things. Try to do a few things really well. Just keep doing things, I would say. This is probably really good to you in art school. For sure. It's like find your angle, find your thing, and just keep doing it. Keep iterating on what I was doing. It's important to be decent to everyone. A lot of people, it's a running joke at work that I know most people. I know that guy comes up like 1,000 times. I've just been around the industry for like 25 years. Whenever we're going to hire, we're going to do Kevin Kelly, the creative Wired magazine. I know Kevin. I love his podcast. So he's, I heard his number. So yeah, be decent to people. Don't trap yourself in boxes. You can do anything you want. You can stop doing anything you want. You can start new stuff. I got C's and D's in English and grammar and stuff as a kid, and every class I ever took. I didn't understand anything with literature. I didn't understand simile or metaphor. I was terrible. I was a super literal kid who couldn't understand poetry, struggled, and then I really wanted to write a FU letter, so I created a piece. Gave me a T minus to I wrote a book, it's okay to quit. I think it's really important. My wife constantly is can't believe you left. She was a grad student. I was a grad student. She became college professor, so she was on that track of just go to school for 10 years and then just do one job for the rest of your life. And I threw away 7 years of college and a master's degree in soil chemistry 2 months in, just to do this new med thing. But I could tell, I don't know, I knew it was right. I knew it was this is where the world's going. This is going to be amazing. I don't know how I'm going to fit in, but it's something I have to do. And she says it's courageous, and looking back, there's no other way I could have gone other than this. And the same quitting my own project for 16 years. It's really hard, but so much happier now. And people that are fans of the site probably assume I would just do it till I die, because why not? The 16 years on the web. So it's okay to quit. It's okay to switch gears. That's it. That's what we got.
So I figure out how to phrase this, but I feel like with computers and the web, the machinery is kind of getting more and more invisible. I think I might have been one of the last. I was born in '92, and I still had to think about what was going on when I used a computer. But my brother is 10 years younger than me. He has no idea what a file system is, or he just uses computers as an extension of himself. And, I'm wondering if you have any thoughts about how that impacts people doing things like you did, being curious about breaking things.
Yeah, it sucks. I was going to mention that. Well, HTML was just infant stage. I was in the right place at the right time. So it was easy. I could read a book in one night and make a website. Literally, and you can do that today. But Jesus Christ, every cascading style sheets are turned into a programming language.
Right.
All this other stuff. You need 10 tools to do that in JavaScript. It's all overkill. Almost all of it is crazy overkill. So so part of it is timing. But there's other things I barely understand Snapchat. It's someone had to show me physically how the filters are used in both. Because I was so frustrated in the UI a year or two ago. And that's I'd say someone younger than me, but just takes with water. It's hard to do the nuts and bolts stuff. I don't know. I liken it to surfing. You learn to surf in the 30s. There were 20 guys doing it on plank with wood. It's pretty simple. But you want to learn in the 90s or something, it's 10 different kinds of boards and ways and places to do it on Earth. You have to learn 40 years of history before you web's kind of gotten sucks. I mean, you can always go back to Signal. There are some projects. They're trying to make it easy, like Glitch is like a new sort of like easier to use than GitHub. So, so it's like glitch.com. It's just like you view source on anything and you can just tweak things. And that's usually like a way to start learning something. Yeah, it might be a monster amount of JavaScript behind the scenes, but you can just like tweak some settings, make a copy of that project. Like, I wanted purple, but you want to change one thing. You kind of learn how it goes, but like it's pretty steep learning curve. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Wish it was way more accessible. There's still people doing simple, beautiful stuff, but so much required. People's like crazy, beautiful portfolios are all like custom programming. Right. So, but then there's people like, I don't know, Jessica Hedge. It's like one of my favorite designers just using WordPress or something. Yeah, it's beautiful. But they break down a custom template. I mean, it sucks. You probably paid someone to do it. I've done that before. Like, pay some kid in Utah to like make you a good Photoshop doc, makes you a WordPress template, like $200, and like save you 3 weeks of work because he does it every day. That sucks. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the good advice is. Develop your craft and figure out a way to do it. But yeah, all the underlying tech now it's even harder to complicate. I mean, everyone wants to overcomplicate everything. I hate JavaScript. I was never good about it. So yeah. The other question.
Could you talk about the culture at Slack and what it is you like about working there?
Sure, yeah. Trying to think of a corporate thing you will not say. Like, I don't know. It's a very touchy-feely place. People try to hire chill people. I'd say, not cool, but hire people who are chill. And nobody freaks out. Everyone's chill. What goes wrong? I don't know. I've never been at a place that now have 800 coworkers. They're all awesome. They don't hate anybody. I never dread being on a team with someone. Yeah, they go for really chill people. They're smart and chill. And like, they don't freak out. They don't do stupid stuff. They don't terrible things. They don't do bad decisions. Yeah, it's been remarkable. Our recruiting team is really into it. And, we hire big time for diversity. Like my little team is like a third black woman. I'm the only team. It's fun. It's great. Good things on you know, more than just like Stanford, which is my startup Stanford.
Is it in where's that?
Mostly in San Francisco. But,
you work remotely, or
yeah, I work remotely. I go to San Francisco once a month for meetings and stuff. We also have a huge Vancouver DC office. A lot of design because a bunch of design firms in Vancouver. It's cheaper. But now there's like offices in New York. But it's mostly San Francisco. Yeah, I don't know what our culture mantra is. It's just really fun. Yeah, you have 3,000 channels in our Slack. Only have to pay attention. Yeah, so just forget about it. Like, watch it over you. Like pay attention to 20 or 30 that cares about. Let the rest just, yeah.
is it weird using Slack to work on Slack?
No, it's great. Part of my job was like showing up and seeing how people use Slack and being like, holy, like what I was doing versus what they're like. That's the difference between me throwing a bullet and firing that gun. Like everything is high powered and everything is Slack and it's custom in Slack. And I'm like, this is amazing. Like I used to get 200 emails a day from servers and people. And now I get like 2 emails a week. It's awesome. Like I have no idea about the mental anxiety attacks that was and so just having no email at the job is fantastic. So less stressful. It's really not we've got like 20 things we have to get to immediately. For some reason, like a red dot Slack doesn't freak me out the same way. Like 18 emails and email. things. So like, yeah, part of my job is like teaching the world how to use Slack. Because I like the way we use it internally, it's just so much better. But it's like we're using it to the end level. So I'm just trying to make that accessible, understandable to everybody. There's a lot of weird ass features and video game designers made it. So thousands of weird tiny little bits and crannies where stuff is hidden that you have to like remind people exists.
Dusty stick.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That comes from yeah. Yeah, Dusty Stick was like an object in a video game that preceded Slack. Slack is what they built like while they built a video game to talk to each other. They're like, hey, that's a good product when the video game failed. And so there's like some of the video game stuff is in like the sounds are all in the video game. Dusty Stick was like a thing that collapsed.
How do you get people to use threads in Slack? How do you educate people to use threads in Slack?
Yeah, it's weird. I had to write a post about I wrote a post about like how we should use threads and all the ways we do it. And it's like, I don't know. Like I don't want to like hide. We use it for like rabbit hole discussion, just maybe into the deep end on some very technical tiny issue. That's a good place to like squander all that attention over there. Where two people can argue about it for an hour. Well, we can just unavoid it. Yeah, you have to remind people, like, mention people by name so they don't miss it. It's not in it already. That sucks. We use it for spoiler alerts. Like, just like, anyone seen the last episode of Blake? Go to this thread. Otherwise, stay there. It's weird. Like, that one's, we internally designed it 4 or 5 different times in the last year. So, like, different versions. I think the one we shipped was, like, the best of the options was kind of compromised. We don't like versions of that. I mean, we just kept building it, scrapping it. We use it for 3 or 4 months. Then we build up all these other flows. So like, you make a request this person, they will always go to the thread and like, talk about it. And then the threads will just go away. What do we do now? We got used to them. So now, they're kind of, it's not the awesomest feature out of the Slack. But it was like, felt 80
I think it's awesome.
It's hard to know when to mention people in the thread, or in the thread, outside the thread, the entire channel, when you start a thread. Like, it works good on busy Slacks. So, yeah, I don't know. It's hard. Anything else?
It's kind of a discussion that I had with someone recently. Do you feel like there are different roles for like a traditional column in a blog? I guess a more like traditional kind of opinion piece on like in a published magazine or newspaper or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's weird. Blogging's kind of on the way out and down. Because social media sort of like I haven't updated my personal blog in a year because I like tweet any half thought and like not have to like think about it right now. I don't know. It's like the media makes me more murky. It's a nice system built for you to take all that answer out of, but also choice. I don't know. I mean, I think most columns would be paid. Might be an upside, but like, I think it'd still be okay to start blogging and get your voice out there. It's people they don't think you're paid until you see like an expert. So I'd say blogs are about to start with that.
Yeah.
It sucks that like they came up and everything's independent media and the government and everything. Let's throw a barn dance and like let's raise money and like make a zine factory. Like that was the thing you could do in 1999. And now it's like everything's been super happy. It's the only like the gatekeepers that's kind of pain in the ass.
I feel like with kind of the changing internet landscape, I guess like kind of described really about like the very like exciting freedom at the beginning. Now how it's kind of I feel like it's closing in a little bit.
Yeah, it's good and bad. So it's like I feel like there's like 6 gatekeepers on the web that have almost every potential of traffic. so long, and I used to take thousands of photos of like local bike races and post on Flickr, and like 2 people would see them, and I put them on Facebook. Like 15 minutes later, 88 people tagged different people in the photos. They're physically in the photos, and it was like incredible, and I hated it. I mean, it makes like so like yeah, be a weird nerd and spend 6 hours after work learning about something, do something in 1998. I have to teach myself how to do something and do it. Now you don't, but I feel bad for it, which is great. So we have like more people, more voices. It's way easier to like create content and get it out there, which is great. But then like I feel like that adds like a plus rate on top. It doesn't feel very well with us at all.
And do you have a favorite and or least favorite Jason Statham movie?
Oh, the favorite is probably this one he did that's kind of serious called
Bank Job or something like that?
Yeah, like it was like a legit real film. And like, we saw it just from like 2000. Like it's
Because it wasn't like the next Crank.
No, yeah, it was somber. It was like it's good. He like tries to act. It's funny. And then there's some really god awful ones like terrible. It's like a kidnapper rapist or something.
Okay.
It's like a thing. That was just a terrible thing like 2003 where it's like one of the punching and like this fast forwarding, scrubbing through his videos trying to wait for fight scenes like yeah.
How far does he like go before he like punches someone at lock, stock, and 2 smoking barrels?
I don't think he does. One of them's Infinity. I think he never does.
Yeah.
Like I think he just talks about it. He never throws, never throws a punch. Lock, stopping is the other one.
Snatch?
Yeah. Maybe Snatch he doesn't punch someone, and then I think Lock, stopping might very end punch someone in the car. I think it was Snatch. Yeah, I think that was the one. He doesn't punch anyone. He just talks about it. He's in a freaking boxing gym.
Yeah.
No punches. Seems like a place you do it. But, yeah. He seems to have a good sense of humor. So. He's never talked to me about it. So.
Not yet.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
So at 1 we'll have our Good Market Week reception, and then next week we have Nicole Jordan, who's she does a lot of autobiographical comics. So next week. Thank you so much.